Yo, yes sir, man. We live and we back. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. Here today, bringing you a Sunday edition of my starting five for DraftKings and Fanduel. All right. But before we get into it, y'all know we already got the lineup review. Looking over my best lineup with the updated starting five that I posted on Twitter yesterday, looking at my DraftKings slate and my FanDuel slate. So let's get right into it. But y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Turn the notification bell on, man. So you can be here rocking with us every day when the video drops, alright? Last night was a weird night, man. All over the place. This is my best lineup right here. This is the $12 single entry. We came in 326 plays. $25, whatever. Nothing major. Put up 264. If you caught the update starting five for DraftKings, you know I went with Dennis Schroeder, Furkan Korkmaz, Norman Powell, Al Horford, and Clint Capella. All right. Let's start at the bottom with the two snowmen. This killed my night right here. Too much Horford, too much Capella for me last night, man. If those guys put up better performances, man, probably would have took some down last night. These are my hindrance. Al Horford, 7,600, man. Got him at 26% on in this matchup against the Dallas Mavericks. I wanted to go Horford. He's been performing well all year. Coming into his matchup against Dallas with no real strong rebounding center down there, nobody to keep Horford off the glass. Couple that with the fact that Jalen Brown was out, I thought he could see some more shots. I just thought this really shaped up to be a good game for Horford. I thought we could find. He's been over 40 all season. He's been averaging about 40 DK points. I thought he could really push to the 50, maybe 50 plus fantasy points a night. Just did not work out in my favor, man. As he laid a dud for us, just 14 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, right at 24 DK points. Just a horrible outing for Al Horford. But you're gonna have down games like that, especially from like older players like Al Horford. It's gonna be games where they have down. But it was just shocking last night because he had been playing so well to start the season. But there's nothing you can do about it. Clint Capella, 7,100, going against the Phoenix Suns. No DeAndre Ayton down now. His minutes have been up. I expected to see a nice double double from Clint Capella right here. Maybe like 15 and 15, somewhere along those lines. We got him at 13% on. I knew he'd be lower on. Nobody was gonna pay up at center, right? So that was my way of kind of getting different. Everybody was going Kaminsky, JaVale McGee at center, paying down. So to get contrarian, I wanted to pay up at center. I knew nobody was going to go to Capella. Like I said, I felt like it could be a opportunity for a big double double from him. He had 13 boards, just did not score the ball at all. Only 9 points, so missed out on the double double bonus here. Right at 27 DK points, not the effort we was expecting from Clint Capella. Really let us down in this spot. At the top, Dennis Schroeder knew he was going to be chalky, but same thing with Horford, man. He's been playing over 30 minutes. No Jalen Brown. Those shots and that usage has to get spread around the Celtics. We anticipated that usage getting spread around those Celtic guys, and Dennis Schroeder came in at 67%, very chalky in this spot here, but 34 DK points, man, getting over 6x for you. Nice return for Dennis Schroeder. Furkan Korkmaz, I definitely want to lock him in. I almost went Milton and Korkmaz, but Korkmaz was my pivot from Milton. Once he was ruled in, I knew everybody was going Shake Milton. I played Shake Milton in some spots too, but in my starting five, my core, I wanted to go Korkmaz because I figured I'd get him at lower ownership. And guys, he's a well-rounded player for these 76ers. He can do a little bit of everything. If you saw him right here last night, 25 points for you, man. 6 boards, gave you right at 37 DK points, man. Great effort for Furkan Korkmaz and nice ownership on a small slate. So definitely needed that performance from him, all right? And then rounding out the starting five, I went with Norman Powell. Just 4,800, just the minutes, the consistency, the opportunity, their production we knew we have here against the Lakers. Got him at right at 52% on, and the Portland just came out here and handled business against the Lakers. Man, they was up big from the jump. So Lakers never really applied any pressure, so the starters didn't get any closing runs. So that hurt his ceiling performance for Norman Powell, but 24 DK points is an okay effort at 4,800. it's going to happen in a blowout like that, man. When the starters don't got to get close and run, if you don't have the starter that attributes to the blowout, like who is doing most of the scoring while they're running it up, it's gonna be hard for you to really get there because they're gonna take their foot off the gas, especially in the fourth quarter, and when they yank the starters out. All right, and finishing out my lineup back at the top, I wanted to go Zach Levine here, 8,600. Going against this Philadelphia 76ers team, the key for me here was no Matisse Thybulle. With no Thybulle to lock on Levine, Philly has trouble against ball dominant guards and scoring guards, and I thought Zach Levine lined up perfectly in this spot. Got him right at 7% on. Gave us a solid performance, 47 DK points. Really needed him to push above 50, but we're definitely taking it at 6.8% ownership. All right. Coming down the bottom, another guy that I figured it'll be low on, Devin Booker, 8,500 in this spot against the Atlanta Hawks. I knew nobody was gonna go to him anywhere as well. Just trying to finish my lineup, getting different. Right at 11% on, gave us 58 points, man. Solid effort from Devin Booker, 38 real life points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Nice performance from Devin Booker. And then finish out my lineup, man. Single entry. I just went JaVale McGee. I felt like you could flip a coin between McGee, Kaminsky. Whoever got the most minutes was gonna be the most successful. McGee was coming in at a little lower ownership, still gonna be high, but price wise, I just wanted to go to McGee here, just trying to avoid being overly chalky. Right at 50%, he only gave us 14 points as Kaminsky saw the bulk of the minutes and was the better fantasy performer, all right? But like I said, there you have it, man. Came in the money in my single entry. Nothing to write home about yesterday. Horford and Capella was a real big story. And Anthony Davis, man. Raise your hand if Anthony Davis killed you. Oh, my goodness. But that's neither here nor there, man. Let's get to tomorrow. Let's go look at FanDuel first, all right? FanDuel, same thing. Horford killed me over here. 287. We finished just outside the money once again over here. I think the cash line was 291. Yeah, 291 in this $2 single entry, I think. The update started 5 if you caught it yesterday for FanDuel. I went Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Tim Hardaway Jr., Al Horford, and Clint Capella once again, man. I was heavy on those guys across both sites yesterday, and they really, really hurt me. But at the top, Damian Lillard, I told y'all I'm just going to keep playing them. Got him at 26% on. It's just another case of a blowout that hurt him. He got off to a hot start. He was scoring the ball well, but they just got up so big on the Lakers. He just coasted in. You know, it wasn't no. They didn't push him for more. He didn't have to keep it going here. So he got us 40 FanDuel points. Very solid effort from him. Wish the Lakers could have kept this closer and it been a better game. You really would have saw a big performance, in my opinion, from Damian Lillard. But still solid effort nonetheless. Donovan Mitchell. I knew once he was locked in, I loved his price over here on FanDuel, 8K. I knew that the late addition to the lineup, everybody was skeptical. But situations like that, when guys, starters like that, the superstars, when they're ruled in at the last minute, I usually take it as a sign that they're a full go. They're not going to roll a superstar out there if he's 60%, 70%. They'll just give him the night off. So the fact that he was playing was enough for me. I figured he'd be full go. I know nobody's going to go to him, especially in a perceived tough matchup, not a perceived, a tough defensive matchup against the Miami Heat. I wanted to take a chance on Donovan Mitchell, and it worked out in my favor over here on FanDuel. Got him at 3% on. He turned into 50, basically a 52-point performance on FanDuel. Very solid. Anchored my lineup over here on FanDuel. Coming at small forward, Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh my God. Just trying to get a little value in here. Got him right at 18% on. I guess the probably should have pivoted once Kristaps came back, because I knew that would cut into some of his use and some of his shot attempts, but I still felt comfortable enough that he could give us around 20-25 fantasy points, which would have easily put us over the cash line, but he failed tremendously right here. Only 13 FanDuel points. Real head scratcher for Tim Hardaway Jr. Coming in at power forward, my boy Al Horford. I don't even got to go into it. Just let me down. Just a bad performance from him. And then my center, Clint Capella. Same thing. Just didn't bring enough scoring with him. I expected a big double with no Aiden down there, and he let me down as well. Finishing out the lineup, just wanted to put Dennis Schroeder in there, get some of that value still. I still thought he was a nice price over here on FanDuel. He's solid effort from him right at 33 FanDuel points. Went Shake Milton over here because once again, like I said, just playing the sites against each other. I knew I had a lot of cork miles on DraftKings, so coming back on FanDuel, I knew I wanted to get some Shake Milton. That way, I had a piece of it. If Shake Milton still was the one to go off at high ownership, got him at 30% on over here. Put up 39 FanDuel points, very solid from him. And DeMar DeRozan, small forward, just trying to take advantage of this Philly matchup of right at 49% on. He gave us 42 FanDuel points, basically. Solid effort from DeMar DeRozan going against the 76ers. And then my power forward, try to get too cute, man. Went back to Niang right here. Got him at 21% on. He has been shooting the ball very well the past couple of games. I knew with the Miltons and the Korkmaz, and he probably would go overlooked a little bit. And I tried to sneak him in here. Just like I said, just got too cute. Only 19 FanDuel points from an okay effort from Niang here. But there you have it, my FanDuel single entry, just outside the money. Not much to talk about over there. Let's get to this Sunday slate and see what I'm liking for y'all, all right? At the top, point guard, I want to look at Dejonte Murray. Yes, 9,100. To me, he is the best player at point guard on DraftKings tomorrow. I might probably have a lot of Dejounte Murray. One, I know he's gonna go overlooked. Just look at his pricing tier, 9,100. Guys are gonna try to pay up extra to get the Steph Curry at 10-7. That's a little too high for me for Steph. I like Steph closer to 10K. I don't when Steph start approaching 11, and that's especially anybody approaching 11K. I already told y'all yesterday I really don't like to play him, but especially Steph, who although he's been rebounding the ball a little bit, he's still scoring dependent, man. It's either scoring the ball or nothing. And with this game projected to be a blowout, I think the Golden State Warriors are 13-point favorites. It can get out of hand, and if it does, it's definitely gonna keep Steph Curry from hitting his ceiling. If it's a blowout, true enough, he's gonna. It's probably because he's having a good performance. But to me, a blowout is gonna cap him probably about 55 fantasy points somewhere in there because they definitely gonna get off the gas and bring him out of the game. So I don't really like Steph Curry tomorrow. He's okay play, but I just think Dejounte Murray is the best play, man. I know people gonna look at LaMelo Ball right here. You're gonna get some Donovan Mitchell love, especially coming off a big game. But he's priced right there, man, and he triple double upside, man. The reason why I like Dejounte Murray over, like, let's just use LaMelo Ball, 'cause I know a lot of people gonna go there. Dejounte Murray is quickly establishing himself as the alpha on this Spurs team. All right. Triple double upside. He does everything for them. He has no one to compete with him. You look at LaMelo Ball. Rozier could go off. He could get some shots. Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges has been establishing himself on offense. It's a lot of different ways that Melo cannot have a big game. He can still have a good game, but a big game, it's a lot of mouths to feed over there in Charlotte. You look at the Spurs, it's not that many mouths to feed. And it starts with Dejounte Murray over everybody else. So definitely I would get to him. We've seen the ceiling type performance from him. You've seen him get 70 points this year, man. He's a triple double threat, the same as Melo. He's a great player. I think he could come in at lower ownership. I like getting Dejounte Murray. Coming in at shooting guard. Want to go Josh Giddey, man. The rookie has been playing very solid so far this year. Seeing big minutes in close games. Still seeing decent minutes in blowouts. He's still going to approach 30 minutes, whether it's a blowout or not. And he just been very solid, man. Averaging 31 DK points so far through the year. You want his shot attempts to stay up around this 15-point mark here. I mean, around this 15 shot mark, we definitely want him to stay up there. But I like Josh Giddey, man. He fills up the stat sheet for you: rebounds, assists, few steals here and there. There's many ways for him to be successful. I like Josh Giddey at this 60 to 300 price tag tomorrow. Coming in at small forward, I want to go right back to the well and Karis LeVert, especially if Brogdon is out. Now, hopefully, the ownership, who knows what it's going to be. He kind of let everyone down last game out with only 28 fantasy points, but I would take that, man. He shot the ball horribly in his last outing. As you see right here against Portland, 34 minutes, he took 21 shots. He was 6 of 21, 0 of 8 behind the three-point line. And he still gave you 28 fantasy points with just 12 real live points. When you look at stuff like that, over over half his fantasy production is something other than points, man. That sets you up well for when you have a good scoring night. He's not going to continue to shoot this bad. He's not like one of the better shooters in the NBA, but he's not this bad right here, 6 of 21. I expect him to be around that same shot volume, especially if no Brogdon, especially in the fast-paced matchup against the Sacramento Kings. This is a nice fantasy environment over here. I'm going to love getting Caris LeVert tomorrow, all right, at 6,900. No problem going back to him, man. I think you can confidently put him in your lineup today, especially with no Malcolm Brogdon. Coming in at power forward, guy, I want to take a look at it. Daniel Tice now. The reason why I want to look here, man, is the minutes last game out. I don't know if it's because they felt like they needed him against Jokic, but if he's gonna see 30 plus minutes at 3,800, a guy that can who can rebound the ball solidly enough, a big that 3,800 is gonna see 30 plus minutes. I'm gonna have a lot of interest in Daniel. A lot of interest in Daniel Tice tomorrow. This 3,800. If he's gonna play over 30 plus minutes against this Golden State Warriors team, that I think he could be a nice value play at 3,800, man. I got my eye on. I got to check and make sure, look at the injury news and injury report. But if he's going to be consistently playing 30 plus minutes, Daniel Tyson is a nice value on tomorrow's slate as we look at it currently, all right? And then coming in at some, I just want to go back to Wendell Carter Jr., 6,300. Another guy in the same boat, man. He's seeing double digit shot attempts. He's a double threat every time he steps on the court. In this matchup against the Utah Jazz, he's just been very solid this year. You see him averaging close to 33 DK points. They're going to need his size down there to help battle against Gobert. I like him in this matchup, man. Hopefully, the shot can fall for him a little bit, and he can add some scoring here and give us a ceiling type performance. But I like getting the Wendell Carter Jr. at the 6,300 price tag, and potentially with no Cole Anthony over him. If the Cole Anthony is out with his sprained ankle, that's a lot of usage and shot attempts that have to get spread around over here on this Orlando Magic team. And I think Wendell Carter Jr. can take advantage of a Cole Anthony being out in this matchup if he sits. But I like getting the Wendell Carter Jr. All right. There you have it, man. My starting five for DraftKings: Dejonte Murray, Josh Giddey, Caris LeVert, Daniel Tice, and Wendell Carter Jr. Let's go take a look at Fanduel, see what I'm feeling over there, all right? Coming in at Fanduel at the top, I want to look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 7,600. In this matchup against the Spurs, I like this price on him over here. He's been very solid so far this year. You know he's the man over there. He's the alpha. He's going to get what he wants when he wants. And the Spurs have been giving it up a little bit to point guard this year. Now, Dejounte Murray has been a solid on-ball defender, but I think that the fact that he's focusing on his offensive game a little more this year is kind of taking away from his defense. But the Spurs have been giving it up to point guard so far early on in this season. I definitely want to take a look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at this 7,600 over here on FanDuel. Like that price on him. Coming in as shooting guard, staying with Caris LeVert, slightly more expensive over here, but I'm okay with it. Like I said, especially if Brogdon is out, LeVert's gonna be a lock for me tomorrow. If he kills me, he kills me, man. But he just does too much. He's gonna do most of the ball handling with Brogdon out. I like getting to him, especially at 7,300. He's an 8K type player, man. Until he gets to that 8K range. With no Brogdon out, he's probably closer to a 9K with no Brogdon. But even with Brogdon in, he's close to an 8K player. So I think you're getting him at a value right now, and I want to take advantage of that. Coming in at small forward, the enigma that is Kevin Porter, man. He can give you 40 or he can give you 15. It's just, you never know. It's a super mixed bag over here with Kevin Porter, but I want to take a look at him against Golden State. I don't mind rolling the dice on him over here at this 6K. You know how much he's involved. We just need some shots to fall for him, and he pick up some peripherals. And if they find any way to stay in this game, it's gonna be because of Kevin Porter and my next player at power forward, Christian Wood, 8,200. He he is the number one scorer for the Houston Rockets, man. He is the alpha when it comes offensively. That he can get whatever shot he want. I like getting the Christian Wood here as well, man. They're gonna play the bulk of the minutes. If they want to keep this game close, it's gonna be because of these two. If these two are playing well, this game could be closer than the 13-point spread that Vegas has on it currently. But I don't mind taking a shot on both of them. Don't mind playing them together. Like Christian Wood, double upside as well, man. Get you some Christian Wood at 8,200. And then coming in at center, I'm gonna stay with the boy Wendell Carter Jr. Just like this price tag over here on FanDuel, I still think he's a slight value given his production so far this year. So definitely want to take a look at Wendell Carter Jr. on FanDuel. All right. There you have it, my starting five on FanDuel. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Karis LeVert, Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood, and Wendell Carter. Excuse me. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool. You know I'm going to have them in mind, all right? That's going to do it here for us today. Chances make champions, man. Y'all green up. I'll see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.